I want to welcome everyone to our first Zone 33 Foundation Zoom of 2627. My name is Bernie Rydell, and I serve as our Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator, RRFC, for Zone 33. Some quick housekeeping items. Please mute. Stephanie, don't do that. But everybody else, please mute. Put your questions in the chat box. Please use capitals. Use caps so we can see the questions easily. And I think, yes, we are being recorded. So the Zoom is being recorded. So first up will be previous Rotary International President and Foundation Trustee Stephanie Urchik from the Rotary Club of McMurray, Pennsylvania. We have been blessed and spoiled to have the 24-25 Rotary International President from our zones, and then the 25-26 paired trustee also from our zones. And then next, the beat continues with Foundation Trustee Cindy from the Rotary Club of South Jacksonville, Florida, who is serving as our 26-27 paired trustee. Did I mention we are spoiled here in zones 33 and 34? And then we will take a deep dive into our new Zones 33-34 Foundation Impact Award with award developers, Zone 34 Assistant Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator Caroline Blocklinger, and my best friend in the world tonight, Zone 34 End Polio Now Coordinator Sean Hattie. And with that, there you go. Okay, first up, Stephanie, welcome, and over to you.
Thanks so much, Bernie. And hi, everybody. It's good to be with you all tonight. 8 years ago, when the decision was made to rezone and my district, 7305, along with two others in Pennsylvania, became part of Zone 33 and 34, I really had no idea what was going to happen in my Rotary career. And I went on to become a director and, of course, went on to become president and trustee. And I've had an opportunity to work with almost every single district in our two zones. I've been to your district conferences. I've been to major donor events. I've been to million-dollar dinners, and it has been an honor and a pleasure to work with you. As you may have heard, Cindy is going to be the chief trustee paired with 33 and 34, but I'm not far away. I'm not going that far. I'm considered the alternate, but I'm in your backyard. So, when Cindy's not available, I hope that you will continue to call on me, and I know that I will be available for you. I do want to leave you with two messages about our foundation. I want you to remember the two P's in our foundation. I know you already are zeroed in on grants and the importance, but I want you to think about our two P's. I want you to think about polio, and I want you to also think about peace. It is critically important that we continue the fight that we are in to eradicate polio. Every year as we raise $50 million, we're matched by the Gates Foundation. But I don't know if you knew this, for the past several years, we haven't quite gotten to that 50 million, and we've had to go to the World Fund to make up the difference because we can't afford to lose that Gates match. That's great that we have it, but what that means is there's less money in the World Fund to help when we have global grants and, other activities. So I hope that you'll continue to pound the pavement and remind people of the importance of what's happening. I had a couple of opportunities to share a really cool story with Rotarians. I met recently an interactor in my district. An interactor, okay? A girl who's 17 years old, and she's made it her job to go to other interact clubs all over the place some virtually, some in person, and talk about polio. She does a presentation with 5 different segments: the history of polio, the life of Jonas Salk, Rotary and polio. It's brilliant. And I'm thinking, we keep talking about how young people don't know about polio, and here's somebody who's actually taking that step to do that. So I'm sharing that with you because if you have Interact clubs in your areas and you would like to maybe have an Interact virtual meeting, I am sure that this young lady would be available. The second thing I want you to remember is the P for peace. You know that you've heard me go on and on about our peace centers and their importance. We have over 1,900 peace fellows around the world, and they're all doing brilliant things. Keep supporting our peace centers, both financially as well as promoting applications to our peace centers. We've opened a new one in Pune, India, and we're not stopping there. We're going to continue to keep building these incredible locations around the world because it's our gift to the world. We also, have the Peace Project, Peace Pole Project, and I know many of you have already dabbled in that. Your districts and Rotary clubs have installed peace poles and done a wonderful job with that. But we also have some other initiatives that I hope you'll look at. For those of you who are connected with me on Facebook, you saw something recently I posted about Peace Aid, which is September the 19th, and it's a Saturday where musicians around the world and people interested in music are going to have an opportunity to pass a virtual peace torch around the world. If you have an opportunity, look at the Rotary Peace Game for Rotarians. Check out Peace Moonshot 2030. All of these are activities that Rotary clubs and districts can get behind. There's an initiative, and I know that there are already 3 districts in Zone 33 that are on board, and I've forgotten the numbers. I apologize. One in Virginia, one in North Carolina, and one in Pennsylvania, and it's to help create peace zones in the district. It creates a thriving Rotary Club and a thriving community. And so I'm so proud that, we're the first zone that has so many districts who have stepped up to do this. So with that, I'm going to stop and I'm just going to turn it over to Trustee Cindy because I know she has a few words to share with you too. So remember, P and P. See you soon.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. And I'm just going to reiterate a couple of things that both Bernie and Stephanie said right off the bat. We are so blessed in zones 33 and 34 to have the quality of leaders that we have and the people that we have. I honestly am not aware of any other paired zones that have ever had not only a director, but 2 past Rotary National presidents in them and 2 sitting trustees at the same time. So, I mean, I think it speaks a lot to the quality that we have in our 2 zones of the passion and the commitment. And I want to congratulate each of you in your new role as district governors and district leaders. It's an honor to welcome you to your new Rotary year in my new role as a trustee at the Rotary Foundation. I know some of you are not new to your roles. Some of you are just beginning this journey, but as we begin it together, I just wanted to say thank you for saying yes to a really important leadership opportunity. The work that you all are going to do this year is going to inspire generosity. You're going to be strengthening the stewardship, and most importantly, you all are going to be helping transform lives in communities around the world through the foundation. As district leaders, you are so much more than administrators of clubs or grants or putting your hand out and asking for giving. What you are the champions of impact. Your district influencers. You're the person that gets to connect a Rotarian's passion for service with the resources that make lasting change possible. And today I'm excited because you're going to hear about the new initiative that Zones 33 and 34 have been working on, the Foundation Impact Awards. And these awards are not only going to just celebrate the excellence in your districts, but they're going to help you to inspire clubs and your districts to think even more intentionally about the measurable difference that we make together. And they should also help you in your individual roles as you create a roadmap for success this coming year. So again, thank you for your leadership, your commitment, and your willingness to help the Rotary Foundation doing good in the world. I cannot wait to see what we accomplish together this year. And I'm going to turn it back over to Bernie because he and his team have a lot of exciting information to share with you. And I want to give you plenty of opportunities to ask them the questions you might have. Bernie?
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Cindy, Stephanie. I don't use that term blessed lightly when I say for our zones with the foundation and the people that we have. We truly are blessed. And I want to say thank you to individually. I want to say thank you to Stephanie. What an absolute joy it has been working with you this past year. You inspire us as you did tonight again with the PP. You inspire us to do good in the world, and you continue to make magic of Rotary alive in all of us. We are
Thank you.
wishing you the best. I know you're not going far. You're staying around, so we're wishing you the best. And don't be a stranger.
Never, never.
Okay.
This is my
No,
family.
we're a team. we're doing this together.
Well, and yes, and I want to thank Cindy. Dare I say to you, you have a tough act to follow, Cindy. But you know that. And we are really looking forward to working with you and creating lasting impact together. So thank you again. Thank you both for coming and being with us.
Of course.
Look at Sean. Man, Sean, he is on it. He is totally on it. The Foundation Impact Award was created as a practical roadmap to help Rotary and Rotaract clubs strengthen their engagement in the Rotary Foundation through leadership, education, public image, recognition, grants, and giving. More importantly, it provides clubs with a simple, year-long framework that encourages meaningful participation while recognizing their accomplishments along the way. Next slide. One of the primary goals of this award is to engage clubs that have traditionally been less involved in the Rotary Foundation. The bronze level was intentionally designed as an attainable entry point for every club, while clubs with strong foundation cultures have opportunities to achieve even higher levels of recognition by expanding their engagement just a little further. Now, your support matters. Your leadership is essential to the success of this initiative. We respectfully ask for your support by number one, personally endorsing the Foundation Impact Award with your clubs. Number two, promoting the award during club visits, district newsletters, district events, and communications with club leaders. Number three, including the Impact Award in upcoming district leadership seminars, foundation seminars, president-elect training, membership events, and other learning opportunities. And number four, encouraging clubs to begin participating early and complete each quarterly submission throughout the Rotary year. Okay, let's dive into the details. My Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator partner in Zone 34, Jeanette Loftus, who came up with this idea for this award, could not be with us today. But we are delighted to have two of the prime developers of this award with us, Assistant Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator, one of her many titles, Carolyn Blocklinger, and N Polio Now Coordinator, Super Tech, and the Invisible Man, Sean Patty from Zone 34. Take it away, guys.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having me and thank you for the invite. And boy, I feel really, really important, even though when I approached this, it was like just another web page. But let me share the site and first find out let you guys know where to find this Impact Award. You go to rotaryzone3334.org, you go to focus area, and you will see Impact Award and Impact Award status. We were asked, by the way, also to put the contribution form and the multiple donor form on the page, which we can find right here. Click on it and that downloads. But back to the Impact Award. You go to the Impact Award and you will find there are 3 buttons right here, instructions. The instructions are a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that can easily be printed out on 2 pages. And we encourage you to do so and give those out to the clubs, to any foundation coordinator, anybody that has to do with foundation, because it gives the explanation on what it's all about. But let's go back to the website. The same thing is available in French as well as in Spanish. The same 8.5 by 11 page that should be given out and printed out. And I'm going to have a couple of these pages in my bag. And every time I'm seeing somebody or visit a Rotary Club, I will pass these out. As we said earlier, the Impact Award is something, is a project over the next 4 quarters. We have sample pages there, which will show exactly what is going on the Impact Award and what we are asking at this Impact Award. This is a PDF file with live links. So if you have a question on anything, there is always a link where it will get you to get the answer. We are strong believers that you should not be looking for information. The Rotary websites can be very confusing and terminology sometimes is different and you're getting lost in the whole thing. But in our case, everything should be available at one step. The tasks they're starting, this first task is going to be available immediately. This is for the first quarter. The first quarter is running. The second quarter is going to open, obviously, October 1st, because we are asking a lot of questions that you can't possibly answer at this point. The same goes for the third quarter and the fourth quarter. So what are we asking, or what are the thresholds? We have, like Bernie had earlier mentioned, 4 award categories. We got award levels. We got the diamond, platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. Now, in order to get a diamond award, you will have to have at least an annual fund per capita of $200 and more. As Bernie said, it's very easy to get a bronze award because a $10 per capita annual fund should really be easy to be achievable. We are also asking for the total member and club contributions to Polio Plus giving. $1,500. Now that is for members and club contribution. Not an individual has to give that. It's both club and so it should be easy to be obtained. Gold only $750, silver $250 plus, and bronze again is very, very easy at $100 plus. Now the whole award is on a point total. A total 400 plus points will give you the diamond award, a total of 325 the platinum, 250 gold, silver, and the bronze 200 and 100. So in order to get the diamond, you have to have 200 plus for the annual fund per capita and 1,500 club and member contribution to Polio Plus giving and 400 points total. For that, we have also a certain amount of questions that are required. The required tasks are in several categories. We have the foundation leadership and planning, foundation education, foundation public image, and foundation recognition. These are basically the tasks that you will find on this questionnaire. However, you can prepare for that. As I mentioned earlier, you can print out the questionnaire and make sure you cover everything. And number two, you can find all the answers with these links. These are all live links. Those are your resources. So you could look at this page not only as the award page, but you can also say this is almost a toolbox. You can almost say this is the foundation, the Rotary Foundation toolbox. Foundation in education, you have to have at least one Rotary Foundation speaker at the club meeting during the foundation year. Now we're talking 12 months. You cannot have more than, well, you can have more than 4, but you only get points for 4 meetings altogether. The same goes for the club representative attending a Foundation Matter webinar. Where do you find that Foundation Matter webinar? Right here. Foundation Matter webinar will bring you to where it is and where you can go and get you the information. Foundation public image, publish at least one social media post during the promoting a Rotary Foundation program during the Rotary year. We probably will be doing more than that. The points will only gonna be up to 40 points, only up to 4. The reason why, these are so easy. Somebody very easily could go and put 50 posts out there and you're up to 400 points. We don't want that to happen. So we limit that right here. Same goes for the foundation recognition. Hold at least one club event recognizing new Paul Harris Fellows and or standout members who contributed to the Rotary Foundation. I don't know about your club, but our club has probably every month we have new Paul Harris Fellow pins. So again, our club would definitely be right there. But again, we have this limited to 4 entries. So yeah, that could be it. If you feel that that is it, then you can go and then go to the next step. But let's go very quickly over bonus areas. Bonus tasks are opportunities to get additional points. We have a tier 1. That's really, really easy for the foundation and leadership and planning. And the additional goals into Rotary Club Central. For the education, host a polio-specific speaker, host endowment-specific speakers. So these are all very easy tasks, which will only give you 10 additional points. As we go up in the tier, it gets a little bit more difficult. Appoint an incoming club Rotary chair in my Rotary by 3/31/27. And you can pretty much see this is a little more, requires a little more information. Achieve an every Rotarian every year club recognition. Increase the number of Paul Harris Society members. And again, all these blue things are clickable and lead somewhere. Task, the tier 3 would be increase the number of bequest society members. Increase the number of major gifts, a major gift being at $10,000 or more. Achieve a $100 per capita in Polio Plus giving. And 100% sustained membership and 100% Paul Harris Fellow Club. Again, everything is clickable. If you don't know what 100% Paul Harris Fellow Club is, click on it and the answer will be right there. Some of these links are connected to my Rotary and you do have to log in. So that's just a little warning, but everybody should know how to get into my Rotary. The 4th task is earn 100% Paul Harris Society Club recognition during 26-27. Have a club member establish a name endowed fund with the Rotary Foundation. Achieve Promise Club recognition. This is something new we got now. And or have a club member achieve the Arch Club Society. And again, you have a question, you can click all that. So now that we have all the principles, let's see how one of these tasks actually look like. So I'll click on task 1. I'll have my introduction page. And I maybe noted that everything can be saved. The reason why we do the save is you may not have all the answers in your first shot into this page. So you want to save that, and that will send you a dedicated link. So before submitting something, once this task is submitted, that's pretty much the end. But you can save it, and you can keep it open until July 15th of 2027. So let's just go into the task itself. Let's do zone 33, district. I know Sean had told me to do the district 7070 and Hilton.
Okay. Yeah, Rotary and
The Rotary, right? But we don't know if this is actually working because you filled that out just before the meeting.
correct. That's it there.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Look at that.
It seems like Bernie already did his homework and he already submitted his task. So that will tell me right here, your club has already submitted the task. Can't go any further than that.
I'm sure my club president is going to be surprised about that.
Okay, well, let's just for kicks go into a Rotaract club, pick something. And as this is being selected, you will see the Rotaract Club comes up, the Assistant Rotary Regional Foundation Coordinator comes up, the name, the District Rotary Foundation Chair comes up, and the Rotary Regional Foundation Coordinator comes up. So once you get that form, you know immediately who to go to if you have any questions. This, by the way, is changing. If I go to Little River, we had Little River current that we have Paul Walter, and so on. But let me not waste any time here. Let me just go and make a quick entry here. My club title, I can put ABC, or I can pick one of those set titles. My club has, let's say, 65 members, and I can go next. Here is where the required tasks are coming into the picture. Is your current 2627 Club Foundation Chair appointed in my Rotary? No. Oops. We will want to have you to go and find out the information. You cannot go any further until you click on these things that explain to you how you appoint these and how you do this. If I say no, sure, same deal. However, when it is yes, I can go put in the name of the current 2627 Club Foundation Chair and the email, which you really should have that information readily available. If you don't have that information available, you click on the Save button on the bottom, or the bottom right now. It'll tell you, here's the form link, send it to an email address, and then it just sends you the link to this form. You can go find the information and continue where you just stopped. So let's go on. Is your current 2026-2027 Club Foundation Chair appointed in your district management database system? No. We tell them how to do this in DACDB or in Club Runner, because we have DACDB and Club Runners, club that have these platforms. Yes, we can go on. Was your club's 2026-2027 fundraiser goal for the annual fund entered in Rotary Club Central? No is always a bad answer. It always gives you red things. So we want them to do this. And then we ask, what is your club's annual fund goal amount? Let's just say, okay. Was your club 2026-27 fundraising goal for the Polio Plus Fund entered in Rotary Club Central? Again, yes, bad answer. We got the links right here on how to do this. And I'll just go and put this in there right now. For the awareness, how many times did your club promote one or more TRF programs? R is a really tough letter for me, so I have to, like Stephanie told me once, everybody speaks funny, I still speak funny. But anyway, so we'll say yes. Well, I have one. Okay. Learning and education. Well, again, one. I'll just go click through these right now. Recognition. What is the total amount your club and member have contributed to the annual fund in the 2026-2027 year to date as of September 30th? Remember, we are only talking about the first quarter here, not the full year. Okay, so we say 1,200. What is the total amount your club and members have contributed to the Polio Plus fund for the 2026-2027 year to date as of September 30th? So this pretty much concludes our required tasks. If I leave one button open, which I really didn't, but it would not let me continue. It will have, again, one of these little pretty red, pink buttons that says, hey, no, we want you to answer this.
Caroline,
Yes.
I think Sean has his hand up.
Oh, go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt, Caroline. Just wanted to point out two things. The first is, with regards to contributions and giving, again, the form is asking you for information, in this case, specifically for the first quarter. We recognize that sometimes members and clubs may not have made a contribution towards the annual fund or the Polio Plus fund during the first quarter. So even if you put an answer of 0, it's still okay. You can still proceed. It's not to say, it's not forcing you to either make a contribution during the first quarter if that is not something that has already happened, nor is it requiring you to fib that you made a contribution when no contribution was actually made. It's just to make sure that clubs are aware that contributions can be made at any point during the year. It doesn't have to be something that you do just at the beginning or just at the end. It can be done throughout the year at any point in time. The second thing was just with regard to the 4 questions above contributions and giving that are asking you to select 0, 1, 2, 3 or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is just tied back to what Caroline had explained before in terms of we only allow you to enter a maximum of 4 for certain pieces of information. So even if you did more than 4 recognition events for the quarter, even if you did more than 4 social media posts for the quarter, go ahead and select 4. It's just that we recognize that 4 is our limit, and 4 is the limit that we're asking clubs to report on. But if you did more, that's not a problem. Don't worry if the number that you did isn't accurately represented there. You can go ahead and always select the maximum, because as Caroline explained before as well, we're only awarding a maximum of 40 points for any of those tasks there. Go ahead, Caroline.
Okay, I also would like to say that if you don't have your contribution giving straightened out, and we have until September 30th, it's we would highly recommend that you save the form, because it might be just a reminder saying, oh, oops, that is something we need to work on, and that is something that we need to get the club active in. And you go back, once you have the number here, you can go back and complete this. Remember, each quarter's form is only due in September, July 15 of 2027. I think that's something I forgot to mention, the deadline on this, which is, we had that deadline on the page. But at any rate, we'll just go on here. The bonus points, as I mentioned before, they do not need to be filled out, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, while you're there, you might as well go and did your club enter set a benefactor goal for 2026-2027 at the Rotary Club Central? It sort of gives you little reminder notes of what you really should be doing as a foundation coordinator, and making sure that you know that that actually is something you can do if somebody is not aware of it. So we'll just say yes everywhere. By the way, here, if you say no, that's not going to give you a red marker, because remember, these are not required. So you can answer just about anything on these. The recognition here, does your club have members of the Paul Harris Society, which we definitely hope they do. If you say no, nothing happens. If you say yes, we're asking how many people do you have in your club that have a Paul Harris Society member as of July 1, 2026. Our numbers are pretty much based off July 1st of 2026, because this is when we have the count, because the per capita, it's all automated, and I will get to this a little bit later. Does your club have any members in the Polio Plus Society? You might go like, what is the Polio Plus Society? Again, the answer is right here. It has a link and tells you right what it is. So this is the place when you're at the end and you can go, oops, how many persons do I have? See, if I say, oh, that's a little much, we'll just have 5. Okay. If we go next, it is just before you submit, think about before you put an end to this task, you can still go back and edit all this. There may be changes until September 30th. So click the save button, as I said earlier, and it will give you the link to the form, and it'll give you the email. You can change the email if you want it to be sent somewhere else. I feel safe now and I feel ready to go. And it asks me again, a lot of these questions are based on the 4-way test. So we just kind of remind everybody, well, remember the 4-way test. And I confirm that the information provided is in this form is all set and done. Now, this is a really cool little thing, which is a little bit like, more or less plowing. I think it has a very nice font here. So you just put your name, put actually my name. Okay. And then I feel safe that I have everything answered that I need to answer. You hit yes, and you see Jeanette dancing, which is good job, great job, you're done for this particular session. So what happens in the other end? How can I keep track of these things? Well, as I mentioned earlier, we have the impact award status. And Sean, I don't know if you want me to continue or do you want to take it from here, because this is pretty much what you've been working on.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Go ahead. Okay. So we have all the Rotary clubs and Rotaract clubs in the line here, as well as by district. So as a coordinator, you can go and look, oh, did my district actually do something? If yes, it's white. If no, you get that little beautiful red 0 here and the big yellow thing that hits you in the face and says, hey, listen, you better do something. Okay. I happen to be in District 6970. I've been playing a lot with these things. Okay, as you can see. They are not officially open as of right now. They will be opened up, I believe, tonight, right? That we will set all this to 0. So how do you find your club? There is a lot of clubs in in zone 33 and 34. Well, a lot of people happen to not read the introduction, but if you were to read this, you would see as a tip, press Control F, which I'm going to do. And you had Hilton Head, and you see what happens. It's popping right here. It pops right up. Now, Bernie has been good, and he already did some work, and you see he's already got a gold, you don't really know what gold is, but you know it's a lot of yes, because he only had done 1 quarter. So he is in the gold section, but You don't see the headers. In order to make that easy, we have click here to see the full table. And I will do the Control F thing again and see what we have, Hilton. Oops. Hilton Head right here. And what this page does, it opens up the spreadsheet and I can see up here what is what. So this is the tentative award level is for gold. He has submitted the first quarter. Bernie was busy, he submitted everything. Okay. And you see all that information right here. You don't only, so this is just your summary. You want to see details, and you got the answer to every question here. I do not know why we have an error, but okay, let's try this again. Control F. We go Hilton again. And you see how many points he got.
Off
Okay,
to a good start. Yeah.
how many points he got for each of the questions. The required questions being blue and the bonus questions being red or orange. You will also see that anybody that has done something, the line turns blue. So hopefully by the end of this year, we see only blue and very, very few reds, very, very few whites. And on the, go back to this sheet here. On the, on this particular chart, I would like to see a lot of white and no yellows. That's really the ultimate goal. And that's where everybody else comes in because everyone needs to help with this. Go again to the form, print it out, the award and instructions, let everybody know this is available. And as a district leader, you have the information right there to see if the clubs are doing what they're supposed to be doing, if they are actually filling out. I'm just trying to go back to my form that I was before. Let me see the status award. So for coordinators, this is also a very helpful tool. And if you see that your district or your Rotary Club, which Rotary Club has not done anything, pick up the phone, call them up, ask them, can we help? And that's pretty much the entire goal of this exercise. So I believe at this point, we can answer some questions, I guess. Or that's pretty much the presentation here. Sean.
Just to add something, once a club does submit their form each quarter, the person who submitted it will get a confirmation email to confirm that it was submitted. That email will also contain a PDF copy of your entire submission so that you can keep that for your records, as well as for something that you can maybe hand over to your successor the following year, so that they at least can see what was done in the previous year and aim to actually do the same or just as good or maybe better in a new Rotary year. In addition to that, every one of the respective district foundation chairs will get a copy of that same confirmation email so that they have it as a reference. And your respective ARFC coordinators and Rotary Foundation coordinators at the zone level will get a copy of it as well. So that way everyone is kept in the loop in terms of what a club has done, what a club has submitted, which clubs have submitted, and possibly even deduce which clubs have not submitted. If at any point in time a club needs some help with it, both district and zone personnel are available to assist. Yeah.
So I see a question in the chat box that says, how will the points work if a club has a per capita giving of $100 and polio giving of greater than $1,500? At one point, we really need to sort of cap this. And at this moment, we have the minimum, it's $1,500 plus for the polio giving. And the capita is $100 plus. So you want to go and be very proud that your club is well on the way to get the inaugural diamond certificate. And I'll just try to see some other questions here. I think that is, unless there is any other comments or questions.
I think, well, we're going to hand it back over to Bernie and then we're going to
I
go to
think-
Q&A, Caroline. Yeah.
Okay, I am going to hand this over to Bernie. There we go.
By the way, Caroline, that was excellent. I hope everybody noticed that she went through there, all those links. This is also a tremendous education tool. I mean, if you have a fairly new foundation chair, club foundation chair, I mean, they can go through this and they can learn a lot about the foundation just by going through the forums and clicking on to learn more. It's like a one-stop shop. I mean, really, for the Rotary Foundation, which has things all over. So I just thought I'd just throw that out. But so you may be asking, and if you have questions, please put them in the chat, because I know you have questions. So if you have questions, put them in the chat. So what's next? So what do we do? What do we do now? Well, all DGs, all district governors, and all district Rotary Foundation chairs will be receiving the following email from me. A 2-page impact award overview, which Caroline did go over with you. That'll be part of the email, the goals and instructions for distributing on your club visits. Number 2, a sample email, and this is important, a sample email that can be customized and sent to your club presidents, president-elects, and club foundation chairs. And it's really, really good. 3, a district leader's quick start checklist. So you have items that you can just tick off, a kind of a to-do list for yourself. Number 4, PDF copies of all 4. Now, Caroline did show you the one for the first quarter, but they exist for all 4. That'll be an attachment, so you'll have them available to you. And hopefully, if everything goes good, a link to today's Zoom I will include also in that email. So, and now officially we're at Q&A. If you put them in the chat box, great. Al DeLucia is going to handle the chat box and give us, but if you want, you can also verbalize it, just as Sean has been doing. Just kind of do the hand thing, put the hand up, and we'll entertain a question. So, Al, what do you have for us?
Right now, Bernie, all of the questions that were entered into the chat box have been answered. So anybody that has a question, please either raise your hand or get Bernie's attention so that he can answer, or somebody else, possibly Stephanie or Cindy or anyone else can answer a question. Ralph Manzel has raised his hand. Bernie?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here's Ralph. Go, Ralph. You got to unmute, Ralph.
Well, thank you, Bernie. No, in my chat question, I asked pretty much as devil's advocate. I said, okay, what is the Zone 33-34 expectation of club participation? Thinking that clubs are overwhelmed, understaffed, and we just put on another layer of accountability. How do we propose to the clubs the answer to what's in it for me as a club? Understand information is great. You know me, I'm a numbers guy. I ask the questions. I want to see the numbers. I appreciate all of that, but there are a lot of clubs out there that they are lucky if they even know where to go to get the reports. So we've just levied on them a not a mandatory requirement. Understand that, but it's something that we're trying to encourage for clubs to do. But I can already see in my district some of the clubs going, yeah, uh, okay, what?
Caroline, you had your hand up, Caroline.
Yeah, I'd like to say something behind that. Anything and everything that is being touched, by me at least, I'm always thinking, how can I make this easier? I only have very limited time. So you will see the reason why there is all these links is because I have been frustrated in the past by not finding what I was looking for. I have been frustrated in the past by not knowing what is out there, what I can do. And all this is being answered in this one. And I think, Cindy, you should take it from here.
Well, I had nothing to do with putting all of this together, Ralph, but I will say this. Clubs, when we've been doing the surveys worldwide, clubs have been asking for help, for resources, for tools, for implementing the action plan. And when they put this together, they're actually providing that roadmap that a lot of clubs are asking for. Because if a club is utilizing it, and again, if they don't, no harm, no foul, because it's not mandatory, but if they're utilizing it, it's a tremendous tool to help them strengthen their club in the area of foundation. So it's really another tool that if they utilize it, makes them a stronger club and much more successful in giving to the foundation.
Absolutely concur, agree with Carolyn and Cindy. I am the hugest supporter of foundation. I eat, drink, and sleep with it every night uh, in our house. I'm trying to give something to the clubs because I know out of my 54 clubs, there's going to be some that are going to ask the question, okay, we do in our district, we have a governor's citation. This last year of the 54 clubs, barely 20 of them filled out the paperwork to, go through the thing. Very similar to the Rotary citation. So the impetus that I'm looking for is that encouragement. And I know that we talked about getting the information and understanding and getting out there what the clubs are doing and what the district's doing. I'm all for that. I'm just looking for, the two drops that I can give to the club foundation chairs and the club presidents, to get them on board because I think deep down inside, I've already started filling out for my club. And as Bernie, I've got to stay with him. Otherwise, I'm going to have competition with him for the rest of the year. So anyway, yeah, like I said, don't get me wrong. I am on this. I'm hopeful. And, the more diamonds we get, great.
Stephanie.
Okay.
Some of you may not agree with this comment. First, let me say this is absolutely brilliant. I think that this tool is just amazing. But I also will tell you that it's not going to be for everybody. It's not going to be for every club. Just like our action plan has been out for a decade, and there are still clubs who don't know what the hell it is. All right. There are clubs who say, oh, we don't want to get involved in global grants. It's too hard. So really, Rotary is about putting tools together and resources, but we have to be realistic that not every person in every club is going to react positively to what's in front of them. They're going to pick and choose, just like we do with everything in our lives. So this is brilliant. This is a fabulous, fabulous resource and tool. And, bravo and kudos to those clubs who are going to jump on board and say, this is what I want to do. but we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that it's not going to be for everybody.
Yeah. Sean, thank you. Thank you, Stephanie.
I think I'll actually just pivot on what Stephanie said. There's no guarantee here, right? And I think there's an adage that will always apply. You can, it's not a matter of if you build it, they will come. Sometimes you have to push them a little bit to actually, do certain things. And that's where Bernie's previous statements with regards to needing the help of district personnel to promote this, to make sure that clubs know about it, and as many clubs know about it, and as many clubs as possible are reminded about it throughout the year, comes into play. Because we can't assume that just because it's there, clubs will find it, and clubs will be encouraged to do it. That's number one. Number two is, again, just kind of repeating what Stephanie said. Not every club is going to jump on board right away, but and we expect that. We don't expect 100% participation. Yeah, it's unlikely. It'll be great, but it's unlikely. But those clubs that do participate, what we hope that they will get out of it is not just a sigh that they have to do another report, but also utilize, by going through it, they will derive some benefit from it. Maybe learn something new about the foundation that they didn't know about before. Maybe make some improvements towards how the club itself treats the foundation from a learning perspective, a recognition perspective, a contribution perspective. And in doing so, kind of help build a bit more of a stronger system within the club for years to come. Because obviously this is not necessarily just a 26-27 Rotary year thing. It's something that will be sustained year after year. And just to switch hats for a second, there was a similar effort made a few years back when it came to public image that was done by the 33-34 teams as well. And that was with regard to the EPIC Award, the Excellence in Public Image Coordination Award. And again, we faced the same challenges, how to get clubs to do it, how many clubs would participate. But what we found, especially over the last 3 or 4 years, is that those clubs that did participate, they look forward to doing it every year now. They use it as a tool to help them plan for their year, to help ensure that they execute for their year. And they become some of the biggest supporters and endorsers of the award by spreading the word about it, by encouraging other clubs to do it. And if for no other reason, out of pure unadulterated, let's say jealousy or competitive nature, other clubs don't want to miss out on receiving the award and being recognized for in the award by not participating. So, as time goes by, you may start off with 200-300 clubs participating. And then, if all works out the following year, that number may grow 20-25% for multiple reasons. And it just hopefully keeps being sustained and keeps growing, where more and more clubs don't want to miss out on it. And I get the point entirely in that we're adding another ask to clubs, but I think it's a combination of an ask and also a bit of a reward, not just in terms of the award itself and the recognition, but also that learning opportunity and that growth opportunity that it presents to clubs to improve themselves in all things foundation.
Wow. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, everybody that's been commenting. I will tell you that my counterpart, Jeanette, we've had discussions about this, and in all honesty, we are coming a little bit late. I wanted to have this meeting. I wanted to have it in July because we want to hit the beginning of the year to roll it out. This is the time to roll this out. You're going to see you're going to see when you get the information that I'm going to be sending you, it really is up to the district governors and the DRFCs to take the information that we've shared with you tonight and to run with it. Do the best. The governors have a unique opportunity because they visit all the clubs, and it's just very unique. And if they could make it a point to talk about this particular award and the specifics and how it can benefit a lot of the small clubs. Last year, by the way, in Zone 33, we had 882 clubs. 45 of those clubs gave nothing. Zero giving clubs, 45. So I don't have an expectation, Ralph, as to what the number of clubs that actually participate in this. I would like to see those numbers, how they change as we go through and do this. It's going to take, I think, a number of years to get people on board, to get clubs on board to do this.
Totally agree.
So I think
Totally agree.
and so I'm cautious about trying to set an expectation that would just be something you pull out of the air. I don't think that's fair either. But I think we need to concentrate. The district governors and the DRFCs need to concentrate on really making an effort to educate their clubs on this. That's where I would go with this.
So Bernie, little side competition between your district and my district, since we compete at so many other foundation activities.
Always, Ralph, always. Always. And there is that, and you know, there is that fun side. Honestly, there is. If you look at the Rainbow Report, I know Ralph is one that goes to page 2 of that Rainbow Report and looks at the top 5 districts. He can't wait to get it every month. He's a competitive guy. I'm a competitive guy. So I go to page 2 also and look at my 7770 Paul, my district, to see where we're sitting. And I think we have to look at this. And if we can weave something in there where every month we kind of roll this out. I know it's all available on the website, but if there's something that we can put out to the districts every month to just kind of give them the feel of how many of their clubs are working on this, I think that's going to be helpful too. So that's a work in progress. Other comments, questions? Sean.
Not to put her on the spot, but I'd love to hear Katie's feedback on it.
Well, I presented to the other annual giving officers in the headquarters office last week about this award, and they are like, oh my gosh, and they're sharing it with each other, and they want to see how it goes. They think it's a really good idea, and they're kind of hoping that their zones pick up something similar. So eyes are on you. I think this is a really good idea, and so do my colleagues. So like, keep it up and let us know what you need from us to make it happen.
Joy.
So, Ralph has this monthly meeting, with a few of us. And so it was Monday, right? Talking about this and how we, we're anxious to hear more information, which, we have. I'd really like to have some fun with this, with our district. I hope that people like Bobby Nance, he's going to jump all over this. And so he's in 7,600. And I think David Rosenthal, with him coming in, on the DG line, he can support it. So, I think a recommended rollout plan is what I feel like is part of our next piece as these emails will come in. There are going to be questions, and Joy Klein, as the DRFC, cannot possibly answer every last one of them coming in. So I think having a small team available, I know I've got Adib and Doug on this call too. So, just planning through a little bit, because you want the best foot lifted off, I think, with something like this, so that it gets spirited and have some fun and overcome the objections along the way. So, Ralph and I are gonna have some fun with this too, I'm sure, between the two districts. So
you want to add something to our competition?
yeah, we're gonna have to do something.
Sounds good.
Thank you,
yeah,
Joy. Thank you, Cindy.
I want to jump on something that Katie said real quick. I'm really excited about this, like Stephanie said, because Stephanie and I, having both been involved, and she was in from the very beginning on the action plan and getting that set up. We do surveys, not every year, but it's every few years, that go out around the world. And what clubs, individual Rotarians, are asking for are tools. They're asking for anything that will help them. And I think these tools aren't something that comes from Rotary International. They come regionally, because as Somebody else was just saying one thing is not right for everybody. It's going to be different. And so this isn't mandatory. It's going to work for some. Maybe next year you tweak it, you change it, and it'll pick up. But there are a whole lot of folks that are going to be watching this. And as zones 33 and 34 have always done, we are setting that high bar. We are setting the bar that everybody chases. Sometimes we knock it out of the park. Sometimes we have to adjust it a little bit, but you guys are always on the cutting edge. And I said at the beginning of this, you are your district influencers and you're the champions of impact. And you guys are the ones that are going to lead this and get it rolling through competitions, through fun. And then what'll happen is as other clubs see clubs that are utilizing it becoming stronger, that message grows and it gets out there. So I'm excited to see where you all take it.
Thank you, Cindy. I would just say also, Ralph brought up about there's I guess a district citation, foundation citation that they must have, and I'm not sure. Is there a presidential citation, or do they call it something different? I don't know.
No, I was talking about we have a governor citation for all aspects of Rotary,
Right.
not just the foundation. And then the other one is the one that comes out of Rotary Club Central.
Right. So
It has a new name. It's called the Club Excellence Award.
See, thank you.
You're welcome.
So all I was going to say, I knew there were two other awards that they look at, but all I wanted to say was this really augments those awards. I mean, it's something that you can go through. You do it quarterly. You don't do it yearly. This is a quarterly award, and it steps you through you got to look at it. The timing each quarter is different. The expectations for each quarter is different depending what we're doing, what time of the year it is. So it actually leads you down the road, and I think you're going to find it complements those other two awards and gives you maybe some firepower, some ammunition when you go to fill out those. And you fill those out, I'm guessing at the end of the year, correct? Ralph, at the end of the year? So one-time deal, right?
Yeah, typical.
Yeah.
Well, Rotary, the Excellence Award you can fill out throughout the year, and typically our governor citation, they start telling everybody like, March, April timeframe, start updating your information. But no, I totally agree with the concept of the quarterly, not only the announcements, but filling in the blanks. I think that provides some impetus there.
Anybody else? Anybody else? This has been really, really good. I wish my counterpart, I wish Jeanette could have been here for it too. It was her idea, and it started out of, she really wanted to, I think it was a dream. I think it was actually a dream. And she was thinking of how she could get all those non-giving clubs engaged. And that's kind of what got her down this road. And I'm not telling Caroline anything or Sean anything, but she is the thought behind this. And I wish she could have been on this, but she is not available. But kudos to everybody, her team and everybody that's been working on this. It's great. It's really great. Any other comments? You'll be hearing from me soon. Either, let's see, what is today? Thursday? Ralph, I'll try to get it out tomorrow. I know you're anxious. I will try to get the information that I promised you out tomorrow, including a link to this, I hope. And we'll go from there. Take it, look at it, think about it. And maybe even you want to consider assigning somebody the responsibility in your district to follow up on this stuff. I know the DRC, I know the DG is busy, but maybe you pick a person that's inclined this way and let them be the expert and follow up with the clubs. I'm just thinking. I was actually thinking that a district governor elect might be the right person. Because what do they do? What do they do for most of the year? Honestly, I'm being honest. What do they do? Why not have the governor elect, and it'll benefit them for next year. If the more they know about it, the more they work with the clubs. I don't know. It was just an idea. What do the governor elects? Why don't we get them on board and have them do some of this? Anyway. Anything else? Is there anything else? Oh, yes, there is something. Sean, thank you so much. Our next one of these meetings, the next Zone 33 Foundation monthly meeting, is going to be Wednesday, August 12th at 5 o'clock. Membership in the foundation. Now we're going to get on track. We're going to get on track. It's always the first Wednesday of the month, unless it's not. And this month it isn't, for the reasons I think I've explained to you. We wanted to get this. We weren't ready for it. We delayed it. And we didn't think starting it with only 2 weeks to go before the 1st of August would be good. So we delayed it again to August 12th. But after August 12th, it will be the first Wednesday of the month. We'll get back on schedule, and I'll send a recurring link out to you so everybody has it on their calendar. But yeah, please note it's August 12th, Wednesday, for membership in the foundation. Happens to be membership month, and we're going to tie it in with the Rotary Foundation. So it's all good. Al, is that right? Aren't we going to do that?
Absolutely, Bernie. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Guess who's in charge? Guess who's in charge of that zone? Just out of curiosity. Yes, it would be Al. Okay. All right, everybody. Anything else for the good of Rotary? Again, thank you, Cindy, Stephanie, Caroline, Sean. Thank you for everything. Sean, thank you so much for bailing me out and running the PowerPoint and running this Zoom for me. I owe you big time. Thank you. And thank you, everybody that came tonight. Hopefully you felt it was worthwhile. Took a little longer than normal, but this is an unbelievable project, unbelievable award. So thank you, everybody. Have a great evening, and we'll see you in August. See you in August. Bye-bye.